I'm a PC user, but I want to buy a Mac! How's it going, guys? It's John Q here from Techno Buffalo, and let me start off by saying that I'm not an Apple fanboy, but you can label me one if you want to. Goodness knows, I've been labeled one for simply using an Apple keyboard, like the guy you see back there. What can I say? People like to label things. As a user, I think macOS just seems to suit my needs better, but I recommend everyone out there to not brand yourself to any particular company or product, because those who do generally become a little bit closed-minded. Have you ever met anyone who swore their life to any particular brand or product, like say, the iPhone, and if you were to ask them, what don't you like about the iPhone? They go all like, hey! They got all offended and give you the look of death. Yeah, not very happy campers. I use my computer primarily for work and sometimes play when I have the time. I work with, as you guys probably would have guessed, with video as well as graphics. And it just so happens macOS seems to excel in both of those categories. And I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but Macs seem to be industry standard for both video and graphics. I recently purchased a MacBook Pro maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't have it with me right now. I lent it to my girlfriend, but I did play with it for maybe about 1 or 2 days, and that was enough to convince me that Macs, they were the way to go. One main reason is Macs are pretty, and I know what you're thinking, man, that's a stupid reason. But let me explain. Not only is the hardware drop dead gorgeous, but the software, the OS, is equally as gorgeous if not more so. And as a graphics person, you kind of appreciate things like glossy icons and you know, where they animate and jump up and down. It's really cute. Another designer graphic factor would be fonts. Macs just happen to render fonts beautifully, and I know it's a really small thing, but I like typography, and where people get excited over Snapdragons and dual-core processors and whatnot, I get excited over pretty fonts. Even with the new implementation of ClearType for Windows 7 and Windows Vista, fonts still don't look as pretty as they do on the Mac. I don't think pretty is the right word, plus pretty doesn't sound very manly. I'm going to replace pretty with right. Fonts just don't look right on the PC compared to the Macs. There we go. If you want to get more in-depth with fonts here, one of the default fonts on macOS is Helvetica, arguably the king of all fonts, whereas Windows has the slightly less fancy Arial. As a Windows user, you can acquire Helvetica, no problem. Why am I complaining? But if you want to get it legally, the entire font family costs around, I think, $300. I'll stick to Arial right now until I get the Mac. Thank you. I'm cheap that way. On to the serious stuff, the serious work stuff, the serious video stuff. macOS has Final Cut, and Final Cut will only run on macOS. Legally. And as a video person, that's enough said right there. Final Cut has become the primary video editor of choice for many amateur and professional video makers. And this includes Mr. John 4 Lakers himself on Techno Buffalo, as well as Matt from Matt's Macintosh, also from Techno Buffalo. He makes great videos. That guy, he knows what he's doing. Props to Matt. Bam, right there. Another huge advantage of Final Cut Studio would be color. Color is a super advanced color grading program. So advanced it's borderline magical. Color was known in the industry as Final Touch, and it was bought by Apple in 2006 or 2006. I like saying 2006. I don't know why. Final Touch is color corrective software that used to retail for, believe it or not, $15,000 to $20,000. But now, if you get Final Cut Studio, you get color for free. As for graphics, I use the Adobe stuff, and you always hear things like, programs just run better on Macs, or Macs are built for graphics. Personally, I haven't really noticed a huge difference, but if you do a quick Google search, you would see that some people have. I don't know. For me, something I'd be missing out from Windows would be PC games, but thankfully I don't play too many games, and the titles that I do play, such as Left 4 Dead 2 and Team Fortress 2, are now available on the Mac. Plus, if you're running a Mac and you ever miss Windows, you can always run something called Parallel to run Windows on your Mac. Talk about versatility! One huge drawback on the Macs and pretty much anything Apple would be the price. Do I think it's a ripoff? Hell yes I do! But I guess you get what you pay for, right? And as I've learned over the years, it's not the specs that count, it's the utilization of the specs that counts. And Apple, they seem to do it just fine and dandy. So to wrap things up, I am not a computer geek, a heavy gamer, or one to overclock things. I like things plain, simple, elegant, and beautiful. I work with videos and graphics and appreciate little things like color and fonts. Are Macs perfect? No, but at the same time, nothing really is. It just works best for me, and that's how I recommend you people approach purchasing and using things, especially if you're handing over your hard-earned cash to a company that probably doesn't care too much about you, but they care enough to want to know everything about you. This is John Q from Techno Buffalo, and I'm a PC, but I'll be a Mac soon enough. See you guys in the next video. Laters!